The Cowboys' most dominating player was Harvey Martin, who was voted the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year, an honor achieved over the fallen bodies of offensive linemen and quarterbacks. Quarterbacks were Martinized 23 times, a Cowboy record, and his individual sack total numbered more than 4 NFL teams. Number 79 had various techniques to defeat blocking patterns. The simplest of all was making a beeline to the ball. "If I can't block him, I'll do anything to stop him," was the lineman's motto. Since nobody could contain Harvey one-on-one, teams decided to double-team him, a tactic destroyed by the manster.
We call Randy White manster around here, and that's, you know what a manster is, just half man, half monster. And he's the strongest man on the team, and he's a super competitor. I mean, the guy has only one speed, and it's top speed. He gives so much activity in that line. He's so quick, and he's so fast, and he's so strong that he's taking a lot of pressure off of me. Because I was really starting to get a lot of pressure on me with double teams and a lot of cut blocks and things like this. But you can't worry about Harvey Martin now when you got Randy White coming up next door to him.
Working side by side, Martin and White used a variety of stunts to open up a lane to the quarterback. Here, Randy, by tying up 3 Eagle blockers, allows Harvey an uncontested shot at Ron Jaworski. In unison, they were awesome, as Martin made All-Pro and White the Pro Bowl.
Second down for Minnesota, and about 6 for Tarkenton. Giving again, this time to McClanahan. Harvey Martin and the rest of the Dallas front 4, breathing smoke and wrapped up in fur coats,
are singing Christmas songs.
Yeah. Chuck Foreman right straight up the middle, stopped by Ed Jones.
Riley is working with Harvey Martin, the big left tackle. 79 now. You are right behind the Dallas defense. In fact, Waters, the safety man's there. Watch Martin. Of course, Riley is out of little double team. Little double team. Tackle in the tight end, and now Martin moves in and makes the play. I'm wondering what happened to Randy White on that play.
Rand Tarkenton gives to Foreman. Foreman is taken down behind the line of scrimmage by Harvey Martin.
Dallas defense right now is really nasty.
What has become such a great challenge. Third down for Tarkenton now. Being chased and being caught by Harvey Martin. Harvey Martin on a stunt up the middle. Randy White came to the outside. Watch this.
Speaking of waiting for stardom, remember Harvey Martin was just a big, young, good-looking defensive end. About that 3rd year, it all made sense to number 79. And if there's anybody better against the run and the pass, you know, I have to see him.
The time you see in the right-hand corner of your screen, 1st and 10, Minnesota. It is Foreman swinging to the outside, and it's Foreman that's taken down on a great play by Harvey Martin.
I mean, Riley put a good block on Martin, too. Thing is, he's so fast and strong at the same time. He took the block, accepted that, and then just made the tackle.
Minnesota ball at the Dallas 36. Tarkenton. Harvey Martin just got picked off at the last minute, but the rush was what caused Tarkenton to underthrow. He used 5 seconds. Mosquito just got Bud Grant.
Yeah, the big problem was that mosquito that got Bud on the forearm. He's just churning, just eating up, isn't he? Last play, and the pocket is not safe.
Watch how close number 79 comes.
Watch to the center of your screen. Tinglehawk just picked him off in time.
10-10. Tarkenton on a sprint out. Looks right. Looks and threw it away. Intentional grounding is going to be called again. This one will be more costly than the other one.
He sort of rolls this like he's got a grand on the hard 8. Watch the way Fran runs to the right, it sets up, and then just barely sees Harvey Martin coming. When he does, though, talk about being able to, there it is.
Willie Spencer's as big as Zonkin. New quarterback is Sargent. He forgot the ball. Harvey Martin got it. The exchange from center between Pisarcik, number 9, and Hill didn't come off. It'll be a Dallas first down at the Giant 30.
I wonder if Pisarcik even got a snap on the sidelines from Hill warming up. The snap is a very firm thing by those centers, and it looks like the young quarterback never even realized he had the football.
Here's Pisarcik, who the Giants hope might be something special. It's Bobby Hammond that got the ball. Breaks the tackle, stays on his feet, and goes out of bounds. There's a flag back in the area where Pisarcik is struggling to get back to his feet. Goldstein, that's what. Harvey Martin is the guy that laid the hammer down on Pisarcik.
Let's see if the right side of your screen becomes blurred, because that's where Harvey's coming from. From the left side, pardon me. Ball was already delivered, and they're going to walk it off. Automatic first down. And the intensity that Martin shows you is what you've got to have to play defense. If you don't like to do that, you better play tennis or something else.
There it is. Crowd doesn't care for that call. 49 seconds left on the scoreboard clock. Just checking out what would happen. Pisarcik was very slow getting up. Randy Dean is the other Giant quarterback, and I don't know if he's even on the active list for this contest. Goldstein is gone. Again, it's Harvey Martin. What's he up to? He jumped up and had lots of words to say to Gordon Gravel.
He said, Gravel, you're holding me, and I still got him, and take that. All right, to the right of your screen, they're stunning up the middle, Pugh and Randy White. He just came right through the tackle's block. If anybody watched last week, it was Harvey Martin that turned on that defense in the third period that turned off the Vikings.
It is third down now. Pisarcik drops. Harvey Martin almost got him again. Did put a shot on Pisarcik. A flag is down as Pisarcik took a real hit from Harvey Martin in the middle of the back.
I tell you, Gravel is making good contact, but he just can't stop the locomotive.
Holding is the preliminary indication. Here's Harvey.
Watch this, and Gravel makes good contact. He's about 258. Look at this. Harvey just goes ahead and runs through it.
One team with Davis in the backfield. And the handoff is to Davis, and he is creamed at the line of scrimmage and shoved back.
2nd and 18 from the 35. And Hart, under heavy pressure, gets it away. Broken up, and broken up indeed by Benny Barnes, who just got a hand in front of Mel Gray.
Big rush there by Harvey Martin. Just about the sack. Let's see if we can see it in the picture this time. Look at the top right part of your screen. You see the big rush coming in from the outside.
The reason
Harvey
there's
Martin.
a big... It's 17-13 Cardinals. The backs stay in to block, and Hart, hit by Harvey Martin, gets away to pass and throws it away. Harvey Martin and Bill Gregory appeared to have him for a sack, and he got away.
How in the world did he get out of that trap? Gracious, look at old Cliff Harris. Now, buddy, he'll put something on you that soap and water won't wash off. He will hit you. If you move, he'll hit you.
You see Hart just shaking his head there. Watch the rush again.
He said, I dodged a bullet here. Big rush there. Let's look at Gregory. Look, Martin's always around there. Yes, sir. Who is that? One of the backs back there trying to pick him up. No, that was Finney. Roger Finney, number 60.
Yeah, he just drove Finney back into the backfield.
Good job there by Jim Hart. Good place to put it, too. Throw it to the green grass.
The backs start to flare. Hart got away from one arm, and a beefy shot. He got it in there to Harris. Great catch by Ike Harris. There's a penalty on, and somebody's hand, a big taped hand, almost knocked Jim Hart's head off.
Harvey Martin. I believe you'll find that hand belongs to Harvey Martin. Look at, he looks a little put out. Oh, Harvey, brother, what a player he is. Too mean. Too mean.
There he is.
He plays every play for you, too, brother. He doesn't rest at all. You watch him now. Watch old number 79 at the bottom of your screen there. That's Roger Finney doing a job on him, or trying to. See him coming across his back with that right arm? Full of tape. That Hart is accurate, though, isn't he?
That was a great reception by Harris, and Mel Renfro hit him with all of his 14 years' experience. 35-yard line. The backs release. Harvey Martin got him, but he got away. Into the end zone. There's nobody there. Harvey Martin is going to win a belt in just missing today.
Yes, sir. Finney's doing a good job on him, as good as you're going to do. Looked like Jim might have hurt his hand.
He is twisting and turning and throwing off balance. And, of course, there's always a possibility of being hit. And he was spun just before throwing and evidently hurt that throwing hand, the fingers on the right hand.
What a young face he has, though. He doesn't look like he's going to shave till next Thursday.
You're not talking about Harvey Martin?
No, no, I'm talking about Jim Hart.
Oh, of course.
Peaches. Peaches.
There's the stat as Jim Hart brings him up. 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line of Dallas. 42 seconds to go to the half. Hart is buried by Harvey Martin. And that's the first time Martin was able to get a good lick in, and I mean it was a lick.
You can't dodge him all day long. Sooner or later, Harvey is going to get you. And he did that time, as you see Jim Hart kneeling right there. And
Wayne Morris and Dan Deerdorf trying to help the quarterback to get up. And the Cardinal bench coming out now to help as Metcalf comes over. So Harvey kept missing, and finally got him.
Same thing Matt Dillon says. You can't keep dodging bullets forever. Look at this, though. Now, there he uses that. Take that. Oh, brother. Just completely dominated him that time. Roger just wearing down. Roger Finney just got run down that time.
It looked like Harvey's left arm found its way just underneath the left ear of Jim Hart.
That brings on an interesting situation if Jim Hart cannot return to the game. Their backup quarterback, and Bill Donkers, I guess they'd use, wouldn't they, then?
Yeah, probably. Pisarkowicz was not even in uniform earlier. Donkers would be the backup quarterback, and right now you see him listening to his coach, Don Coryell. Hart, probably trying to cushion the fall, also complicated matters by falling heavily on his right arm.
Oh, I'm glad to see that. Looks like he's going to be all right. He's just shaking up there. I certainly hope so. I love to see the guy play.
There's 38 seconds to the half. It's a pretty safe bet that he's not going to play at least until the third quarter. He got a lick.
Take it off there, Jim. I sure hope he's all right.
5 for 18, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown. But here is the Harvey Martin show.
Yes, sir. Just total domination of Roger Finney this time. A left-hand slap there, and then just completely ran over him. Yeah, I guess he did pull his face mask a little bit, but too much power there. Supposed to be illegal, but, well, they missed some of them. I believe this is the first action Donkers has seen this year, isn't it?
He's coming in now. He was in 1 game last year, and so Bill Donkers really having a tough assignment with 38 seconds to go. No doubt. He's going to put it up. No, he goes down. Harvey Martin lands on top of him with Roger Finney.
Oh, you got to feel sorry for a kid on his first play of the year just falling down like that. Gracious me. Martin just putting on a devastating rush to the outside. What he's doing to Finney right now isn't even worth talking about. He just lost his footing altogether.
The Dallas Cowboys are a homegrown football team and a team that plays offense like nobody else. Hi, I'm Harvey Martin, and I was born and raised in Dallas, and I'm very pleased to have this chance to show you my home. Now, in a way, Dallas came out of nowhere. No harbors, no railroads, no rivers, nothing to make it great except the people. People who saw a city that looks like tomorrow. People who love football and the Texas State Fair, summer musicals, and three-alarm chili. You know, we get kidded about being Texans and claiming to have the biggest everything, but there are people in Dallas with the biggest hearts anywhere. They're the volunteers of our United Way. People like you and me working with the Red Cross, the YMCA, Services for the Aging, and many other agencies funded by our United Way. They take pride in our team, our city, and our United Way. They're beautiful people, and for all of them, we'd like to say thanks to you. It works for all of us, the United Way.
3rd and 9 from the Cardinal 40-yard line, and the backs are split now. They go slot left. Big rush, and down goes Hart. Harvey Martin had him on the 30-yard line, and Aaron Kyle went flying over the top.
And that's what they're doing now to combat that. They've been double-teaming Harvey Martin with a line, keeping him back in the backfield, and that time they just blitzed, took care of that back, and turned old Harvey loose. That up boy, Harvey.
And they lost 10, so that drives it back to the Cardinal 30-yard line. So we've got 9 minutes and 18 seconds left to go as this big Dallas rush heats up Hart, but the Cardinals lead by 1. Jackie Smith in there at tight end now. And Wayne Morris has nowhere to go.
No, sir. Absolutely nowhere to go. What do you do now?
What do you do?
Yeah.
The crowd is hollering go. But after you saw that big, marvelous Dallas defense stiffened to hold Wayne Morris, do you try to challenge him again? Kane, the tight end on the right side. Wayne Morris, Terry Metcalf, the running backs. The backs stay in to block. And Hart needs the blocking and finally gets it down to the right side, and it's going to be intercepted, intended for Mel Gray, and it was Charlie Waters, number 41, who made the interception.
Well, there you go.
Still at the 23. Harmon and Thomas behind Kilmer. Again, they send a bunch of people. Kilmer fires. Almost picked off by Randy Hughes. He did well to get rid of it. Jethro Pugh and Harvey Martin put the heat on Kilmer, but he stayed on his feet long enough to get rid of it.
All right, here's the rush now. Again, this Dallas front four, they're all stunning and blitzing. They know it's a drop-back pass. Kilmer's caught, almost undressed. Billy throws it sidearm. He may have an injury, too, now.
I think he's just has some injured shoulder pads.
Thomas made a pretty good play, or Randy Hughes might have taken that thing down the sideline.
That's right. Joe Theismann replacing Billy Kilmer at quarterback. There's a deal going on inside, and Harvey Martin is chasing Theismann. And he almost had him. Theismann got away. A little fracas going on between Randy White and George Stark. Harvey Martin put the heat on. The Cardinals won today. The Giants won today. In the NFC East as Kilmer retreats. Randy White's after him. Martin is after him. Flag is down. Gregory finally got him.
Plus offensive holding, I believe. The flag was thrown right into that melee. Man, I'll tell you, the Cowboys came with a rush that time.
No blitzing either. Done by the 4.
Oh.
The indication is holding. And Kilmer might be hurting a little bit more. He got up very slowly.
Wish you could look into that face, because Kilmer is really hot. You talk about a competitor. Look at this. He's just grouchy now, and he's mean.
Holding,
and he's been thrown
number
around.
62, offense, declined, 3rd down.
62 on the offense is Dan Nugent.
Here it is now. Watch this Dallas pass rush. As Pat said, it's only 4 people. But I'm telling you, they're like 4 stallions coming out.
As Randy White, he was trying to block. So it'll be third down.
Quarterback.
Yes, sir. To Thomas. Harmon was out in front of him. Harvey Martin calling from all the way on the other side of the field. And Denver, 30-7 over Oakland to break that unbeaten streak. Here goes Theismann on the scramble. Stopped by Harvey Martin. 45, now about 40 seconds left to play. 20 seconds left to play. It's Dallas 34, the Redskins 16. Look out. Harvey Martin and Randy White meet at the quarterback. Theismann. Tom Landry, a very happy person right now.
7 sacks for 42 yards lost and a lot of physical abuse to quarterbacks. Billy's already wrapped up. Kilmer on the sidelines. Look at this. Harvey taking the outside. Drew a dead beat on a very tired young quarterback.
Less than 10 seconds now. This will be all. Harvey again coming around the outside, and Harvey again, and Randy, and Larry, and the clock runs out. Harvey Martin sticks his hand into the air.
One was a blindside blast by Randy White, which not only gave Dallas the ball, but broke the thumb on Ron Jaworski's passing hand.
Oh, they got some talent up front. Those two defensive ends, Ed Too Tall Jones and Harvey Martin. Harvey Martin, I really think has really come into his own the last couple of years. I think he just found out how good he can be.
Third down play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Hogan in the left side and Leskis in the right. Jaworski back to throw.
There's Martin.
And he is sacked. He is sacked by Harvey Too Mean Martin.
I'll tell you, he just ran over Stan Walters, the left tackle. Harvey Martin, number 79. Here's Jaworski. Now watch from the left of your screen. 72 is Wade Key, the guard. He's doing a pretty good job pass blocking. Jaworski from his left side, the blind side. Harvey Martin has just beaten Stan Walters easily. Another sack. That's 3.5 sacks on the year for the big guy.
Jaworski. Oh, and he was hit immediately by Randy White.
They ruled it a fumble.
Ruled it a fumble, and it's at the 25-yard line.
He completely demolished Ron Jaworski. Number 54 is Randy White, and Jaworski's down.
Question is, had his arm started forward? That's the ruling factor on whether it's a fumble or a pass.
He doesn't even see number 54 right here. Oh, that's awful close. I think the referee called a good play here, Lindsay. It was very, very close. He had his arm back, and I don't know if it really started forward. Harvey Martin was right there, got the football. But Randy White on the blind side. Jaworski didn't have a chance, didn't even see him.
18 seconds remaining to be played in the half.
I wonder, let's take a look at another angle here. Now you see number 54, Wade Key, missed his key and didn't even block number 54. And that's Randy White. And he really just wiped him out.
I tell you, Harvey Martin deserves to be an All-Pro this year. He is having some kind of year. White jarred the ball, and there was Harvey Martin loose to pick it up. And Irv, I'll tell you, I think Harvey Martin may be the best defensive end in pro football right now.
A lot of offensive linemen believe that too, Brent. You may be right.
At the 34-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys.
Watch out.
Jaworski popped by Martin.
Blind side again.
Harvey Martin got to him.
Here he comes from the left side. Man in motion right. You saw the safety there come over with the man in motion. And Jaworski pumps once. He's going to try to go deep, but he just doesn't have time to throw too many patterns over 15 or 20 yards.
Usual, the orneriest of the Cowboys was number 79, defensive end Harvey Martin, possibly the best pass rusher in all the NFL.
Paul, because they're so talented individually, and they're now moving the players into the positions that they didn't do last year, and I think that they're going to just become better this year.
Greg Landry, the quarterback, they came out in an I formation. Dexter Bussey on the tailback moved it for 1 yard to the 30-yard line. Reed back to set it up. Intercepted at the 43-yard line. It is Mike Hegman with the football, and Hegman has an interception. That was really in a crowd.
Boy, I'm telling you, you talk about double coverage. They had him triple covered. Reed threw it right into a crowd.
Just a four-man rush here. Watch Harvey Martin get rid of the tackle. Reed gets rid of it on target, but the guy, was he covered or not, Lindsey? Woo!
They're all around. Reed rolls, and Martin's got it. Harvey Martin from the blind side. Harvey Martin.
Here comes Harvey, I'll tell you. He is really, he got Martinized, didn't he, Lindsey? Got pressed right to the ground.
Did all of that. The ball goes over on downs at the 42.
Well, you try to run away from Harvey Martin. Look, nobody's even touches him on the left side. And poor Reed, you didn't even see him. Harvey Martin, his 11th sack of the season. Again this year.
I spent a lot of great New Year's Eve in Big D. First and 10 at the 38. Well, Joe Reed got back there, but there was a fellow named Harvey Martin who got there before he did.
2 more sacks today for Martin.
Led by number 79, Harvey Martin, the Cowboys trapped Pisarcik 8 times and held the Giants to a puny 2 yards passing.
Gordon Bell is in there with Zonka. Pisarcik grabbed by Harvey Martin and decked by Randy White.
To fly, the mere sight of him sent shivers down opponents' spines. For wherever he went, he brought along a gang appropriately named Doomsday. Harvey Martin, Thomas Henderson, and the rest had racked up a monstrous 38 sacks during their 8-0 start. Martin and Henderson flexed their muscle early, but the Cardinals refused to back down. On the quarterback's back. While some had elevated the sack to an art form, Harvey Martin made it a form of torture with an amazing 23 in 14 games.
Been nicked with injuries, the middle linebacker playing for Dallas. And remember, the Cleveland secondary tried to come up and support the defensive run, and Bradshaw threw Cleveland silly.
Those 49ers have won 4 in a row, shooting for 5, and they lead the Rams now 3-0. First quarter score on the West Coast. Third down here and 2. Bradshaw to Harris. Won't get it.
A flag down on the far side of the field, Patrick. It's something on that line of scrimmage.
Harvey Martin made the tackle. The reaction of the crowd would tell you and tell us that the violation is against Dallas.
And so they're even on offsides, 1-1. Here's Harvey Martin, 16 sacks for a guy that has the beautiful Harvey Martin radio program. That's hard to believe that he could just work a microphone sweet and easy, but he does.
Defense, offside, number 41. First down.
Charlie Waters is number 41, your safety man offside.
Just your average safety man's offsides, right?
You don't hear that one too much. So it's a Steeler first down, and Bradshaw being chased by Brunick, and still being chased. Fires up in the air, and it's knocked out of bounds in front of the Steeler bench. Stallworth was there, so was Benny Cunningham.
I think you said the magic words. Here's the pass rush. Martin stays outside. They had a stunt going anyway, so he had the outside angle. Bradshaw shouldn't have thrown it. Now watch Cunningham, the big tight end, keep this from being intercepted. Down the field, that is. Watch this now. He's 250 pounds of real meat on the hoof. Now watch this tight end. He'll just go through and destroy the secondary that almost makes the interception. Throw it. Okay, Terry. He collapsed everybody right into the Steeler bench.
Bradshaw drops. Here they come. Screen pass knocked away by Harvey Martin. I said they were at Shea Stadium. They are in Baltimore. I'm sorry.
I don't know if Harvey realized he could have caught that or not. He swatted it like a big bear trying to get a trout out of that stream. Watch this. It's a quick screen left, and Harvey Martin, they got a safety blitzed.
As Randy Hughes had almost got to him.
Look at Harvey just swat it.
Second down and 10 for Pittsburgh. The ball line of scrimmage, the Dallas 32. Bradshaw gets on the draw play to Frank O'Hara. This time he is wrapped up by Harvey Martin, who read it well.
All right, in the flex defense, Harvey Martin goes outside, and he's still so darn quick. He gets back through the block of Kolb, who had a good one, and knocks Franco down. I'd like to be staring across the line of scrimmage at Harvey all day.
There he is.
I think I'd rather be someplace else.
You can play Jimmy Withers stuff in the morning, but he's not going to fool me. I'm not going to play on Sunday afternoon with him, I tell you that.
Third down now and 10 for Pittsburgh. Still back at their own 16-yard line. Franco Harris and Rocky Blyer. Backs behind Bradshaw. Draw play, Blyer. Harvey Martin from behind. They have 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to play now. The Steelers lead it 28-13. Their ball at their own 45. Bradshaw's up back to pass. Harvey Martin has him get away and again get away. And finally, Mike Hegman takes him down. Randy White back there with him.
And I mean, took him down in rough style, and Bradshaw is on the ground. One of the great football games, other than that Super Bowl when he was just simply fantastic, is this one. There is Harvey Martin getting a shot, and Gregory, and White, and finally...
with Brenton Irv. I don't know how they worked that out, but that's what happened.
We're out here on location. We have no
much of
the baddest Texan of them all, Harvey Martin.
Yes, Harvey Martin has 20 sacks this year, only 2 less than the club record held by George Andre of 22. So Harvey Martin and Stan Walters will be a great feature today. Luskin Hogan, the running back, Smith in motion to the right. Jaworski throwing left to Carmichael, gets a little bit of a block by Wade Key, and that block might be a clip. Wade Key came over to clear the way and might very well have hit.
Number 72, decline, 4th down.
And it was indeed Wade Key.
A key to the situation, Haas.
Yes, sir.
There it is.
In the first place, I don't believe Carmichael's got the kind of speed to make that play effective. Now, you can do it on the other side with Charlie Smith because he's got a little more speed. I don't think it's a particularly good call.
Jaworski is looking for the tight end again, but no. It is Betterson, and he is pulled down shy of the 20-yard line, wide right. And it's a gift to Hogan. And I'll tell you who was very surprised on the play, and because he was surprised, it didn't work. Stan Walters. Number 75 was just standing there and appeared to be startled on that play.
Yes, sir. He passed him up in his way.
I think Walters expected a pass. Watch 75 on the left
your screen
side.
Now. There's Hogan. And there's Walters.
Walters saying, where'd you come from?
He might have thought that was going to develop to the inside that time. Didn't look like it. He started off and left all the way. Good effort there by Mike Hogan. You got to like a guy like that.
So it's Randy White moving around, but he got back. And now Jaworski is setting up. Can't find anybody, and he has to eat it. All the men were covered.
Randy White and Harvey Martin. Who are they going to give this sack to? Or is that when you get the half sack? Which is probably the case right here. See Harvey Martin first there. Randy White just following suit. How you got there having the faintest idea.
Jaworski looking right, and down he goes. Harvey Martin, and that's a milestone. For Martin, a sack, his second sack of the day, the 22nd of his career, and in Cowboy history, that ties him with George Andre at 22 sacks.
And with the great career that Bob Lilly had, who would have thought George Andre would have held the club record? But that's the way it is.
And, of course, Harvey Martin figures to pick up a few more before he's through.
14th round draft choice. Would you say that was a pleasant Cowboy surprise?
Unreal. And Montgomery going to carry it again. He just missed getting eaten up by Jones, so he was swallowed up by Harvey Martin.
Too Tall pulled the Batman on him that time, didn't he?
Too Tall went flying by, and Harvey said, come to me. Slot right. Hogan stays in to block. And Jaworski is going to be spun around on his numbers. Martin hit him. Too Tall Jones hit him. Pugh and White, the whole front four was in there.
Yes, sir. And that's what you so often see when the Dallas Cowboys put the pass rush on. Look how disciplined. No one really gambling and getting out of their lane. If you see, they still have containment on the outside by Jones and Martin. Pressure from the inside by Gregory. There you see Too Tall. There you see Gregory. And more to come.
That
Martin again, and then there's White.
3rd and 8 on the 25 for the Eagles. 24-14 Dallas. 12 minutes left to go in the game. Look out, Harvey Martin. Oh! Harvey Martin. And that's his What a year for Harvey Martin.
Did he storm in there with an inside rush? I've been watching it all day, and Stan Waters has been had a little game on.
Harvey asked for the ball, and they have given it to him. And he's going off the field with the ball. And that's an all-timer for a lineman.
Yes, sir.
Harvey Martin.
He's a frenzy-type player.
He doesn't want to be called too mean. They have now come up with Martinized, so he takes you to the cleaners.
Had the little game on, and someone didn't pick it up. Don't know how they blocked that. Sometimes you use zone blocking on those twists. Sometimes you use man for man. But either way, Harvey Martin put the lid on it.
Well, it's a big day for Harvey Martin, as you see. He breaks George Andre's Cowboy record of sacks. He had 22. This is his third of the day to give him 23.
The sweep to the right. Coming up short is Del Williams as Harvey Martin does what he does so well. Lays it down like he's going to come in on the pass and then just catches Del Williams on the pursuit. He is a marvelously gifted athlete. Number 79, Harvey Martin.
He's really you see him at great acceleration off the line. He had a sore knee coming into the game tonight. But he's following that pursuit, got his eye on the ball carrier. You see Del Williams trying to make a move. Harvey came all the way from that defensive end. Very few guys have the speed to make that move. That's a long way to travel.
Farrell in motion. Play action. Plunkett will try and run it in.
Jimmy.
Forget it. He runs into Harvey Martin, Larry Cole, and D.D. Lewis.
He had a commitment by that outside linebacker.
Safety blitz, it misses and a flag goes down. No, actually it was D.D. Lewis coming in. Two flags are down, one at the line of scrimmage, one upfield.
That was Harvey Martin, wasn't it? That came in there and put the touches on him.
Always.
Tell you, he is close. If he's not there, he's right around him.
Second down and 7. Jackson.
Nowhere to
Brunig steps in behind the pulling guard and nails Jackson for a loss.
He really trailed that beautifully. Quick as a flash.
And Harvey Martin closed it down really well, too. That was just no place to go.
It was a beautiful effort. There's Harvey Martin on the sideline. San Francisco would like to see him on the sideline all night. The finest pass rusher in all of football. You see the graphic there that bespeaks the fact. But what a marvelous effort by that squat little Robert Newhouse.
Or 49ers. I got too much going on in my ear. Plunkett overthrows Tom Mitchell.
He got rid of it just in time because Harvey was really laying a beat on him back there. Get him back there. Look at here we're coming back in. Harvey goes on the inside move. Nobody really touches him.
Boy, they do that deal as good as anyone
They
because
really
Randy White is so quick. He steps up.
And Harvey Martin cracked down and stopped that play. And as you look at Jensen, we can talk about Harvey Martin. 79, considered to be by most people as the best defensive end in the NFC.
Well, in particular, I think you should qualify different things, that he is probably the best at rushing the quarterback. He is obsessed with that. He set a record here in the Dallas Cowboys in sacks. He is a load.
Dalvin is to the right side with Haven Moses on a wing on third down. And look out, Mr. Penrose. Ed Jones came roaring through there, and too tall was the first to go.
Hey, listen, there was a foot race back to the pocket. Who was going to get there the quickest? Too tall Jones or the quarterback? You get in a situation with this Dallas team when you know that you're going to have to throw. They can really apply a lot of pressure. You see the crisscross between Cole and White, but there was no place for the quarterback to go.
And that is the second sack. That's the 51st of the year by the Cowboys. They got Morton earlier, and they just welcomed Mr. Penrose. Along with Odoms, the two tight ends on third down and 2. There's the end around to Haven Moses, and he is in big trouble. But why not? You know, that play is not going to hurt Denver a bit, because if they end up playing Dallas in the Super Bowl, that's the only place they can meet elsewhere. That'll give Dallas something else to think about. Harvey Martin and Mike Hegman.
Well, Harvey Martin didn't go along with the play. He's supposed to be chasing, but he went upfield and maintained his pursuit lane, making sure that nobody comes back that way. That's his first responsibility before he pursues. And he is the man that disrupted that play. He didn't make the tackle, but he's the guy that made that play work for Dallas.
And Aaron Kyle up from the corner. Penrose is 2 out of 7. And he's keeping it on the ground. He gives it to Rob Lytle. And Lytle, the former Michigan player, is at the 15-yard line. Second down and 10. Fake to Lytle. Oh, he couldn't hang on. Lytle had a screen out in front of him as Harvey Martin Dick Norris sweeps.
The object behind a screen is to stop the initial charge of the defensive front four and then set up a screen behind it. He fakes it, and he's going to throw back to Lytle, but they don't stop him enough. Martin coming in, putting pressure on. He does a great job of getting rid of the football, but unfortunately he threw it behind Rob Lytle, and he couldn't come up with it. Had he come up with it, there were two linemen in front of Lytle. It would really have been a big game.
Jack Dalvin checks in. Harvey Martin. Really tough to stop. And when he gets a guy who can't stop him, man, he does murder. He just loves him into the deck.
Loves to hit the quarterback.
When teams face the Dallas Cowboys flex defense led by all-pro defensive end Harvey Martin, number 79, they often try to spice their God-given talents with a little something extra. Unfortunately for Walter Payton and the reborn Bears, their first playoff appearance in 13 years foundered on the rocks of the doomsday defense. Old boxing adage that when the body goes, the head is sure to follow. Without the threat of Payton, the Chicago offense became a headless horseman. The Dallas defense held the NFL's leading rusher to 60 yards on 19 carries.
On defense, the Cowboys' prime objective will be to stop Walter Payton.
Walter Payton. That's all I can say. I've been thinking Walter Payton since whenever I found out that they had a chance to get into the playoffs. And I was excited about it because every year you have the Cowboys and the Redskins and the Cardinals and the Vikings and the Rams. You know, it's never a little change. And I kind of wanted a change, but I want the Cowboys to be in the playoffs and not be part of the change. And Chicago happened to be a very good team. They're bringing the best running back now in professional football, and it's going to be a challenge to play against Walter Payton. He's just super.
I recently interviewed the offensive line of the Chicago Bears, and they all in unison said, "We love to block for Walter Payton."
So they love to block for Walter. We love to tackle Walter. So it's going to be a good game.
Well, I tell you, if Harvey Martin loves to tackle Walter, you better believe he'll be getting a piece of him today.
Young. The wide receivers are Rather and James Scott, who just caught that pass. And tight end is Greg Latta. Here is Walter Payton to his left. Payton, not much. Harvey Martin, the defensive end on that side, was the leader of the pack.
And, of course, Thomas Henderson has the great speed, the linebacker that helped. And there's the defense. It looks like an NBA front court. Jones, Pugh, Randy White, and, of course, Harvey Martin, who had 23 sacks this year. Incredible.
That alone is spectacular. On first down, Navalini gets to Walter Payton. And down he goes. Harvey Martin caught him from behind.
Look at that.
Is that incredible?
And Payton doesn't spend much time in one place either. Watch the left of your screen. Payton never saw it. Train comes through here on Tuesday, right?
And it comes through fast. Payton, 12 carries for 31 yards. 11 carries make it. Porter came close. He threw. Here's the draw play to Payton. The struggle for the football. It belongs to Dallas.
In defense, the only way you can possibly defense this guy is to put as many men as you can get on him at the same time. There's 2, 3. I believe it was Randy White from the backside that caused it.
And the Snake were pretty impressive, too. And Oakland and company. Harvey Martin takes down Avellini. They used to call him too tall for Jones and too mean for Harvey. But Harvey didn't like that.
They tried to hit the radio commentator. He's got his morning show, the beautiful Harvey Martin show, and just goes around and makes the move. He studies each offensive tackle all week long and doesn't decide what he's going to use, he says, until game time. Talk about Harvey Martin.
Paul Horning is standing by with Harvey Martin. Paul?
And he's going to be an all-pro, no question about it, for years to come. Big Harvey Martin. Harvey led the National Football League in sacks, had another great day. Your defense was just simply beautiful out there today to watch. You shut down everything.
we had a lot of guys that worked hard this week. You know, Walter Payton led the whole league in rushing, and it's just phenomenal, man. I've been having nightmares every night watching him on films. You know, he's a super guy, and he broke some runs out there today to let everybody know that he can run. The defense, though, with guys like Charlie and Cliff and Randy and Tootal and Brunick, it's just
a lot of talent on this football team.
A lot of talent, and the guys work hard. You know, we're a unit, and we're a team. You know, we lose together, we win together, and we play together.
Would you rather play the Rams here or Minnesota?
I don't really care. I'm just happy to be in it. You know, it's this time last year we were walking back here all sad and brokenhearted because we had lost to the Rams in the opener of the playoffs. And this year we won it, and just hopefully we can go on next week and play a good game against whoever's coming. I really don't care. I'm just happy to be there.
I think that shows you the attitude of all the Dallas Cowboys here at Texas Stadium. Now back to you, Brent.
Disaster struck the Vikings on the game's third play when Robert Miller fumbled and Dallas recovered. This Dallas defense is called Doomsday Junior by the sports writers, and like its parent, it is manned by all pros at key positions. Number 79, Harvey Martin, has become the superstar of Doomsday, and his fumble recovery set up the Cowboys nicely deep inside Minnesota territory, as Dallas limited him to 59 yards on 21 carries. And with over 2 minutes left to play, the Cowboy attack easily ran out the clock as the heroes from defense celebrated on the sidelines.
White is inside Grimm. Foreman to Miller, who fumbled, and I think Dallas has recovered. Let's see.
Harvey Martin fell on it. Harvey Martin.
Robert Miller on what appeared to be an unsure handoff. Take another look.
Let's take a look at it and see where the ball comes loose. Handoff is made there. He just lost his. Poor exchange some way or another. I don't believe he ever had possession. There's Martin, 79, coming down on it.
The ball just inside the 45. Foreman is gobbled up, and what a hit, a fumble, and Big Jones had racked him. The Cowboys seem to think that they have recovered, and now it is made official. What a hit by Jones.
Took the good, strong inside rush that time. Beat Ranieri, I suppose. Let me take a look at it and see. Behind the quarterback, let's take a look. Look at it. Oh, brother. Yes, sir. Robert Miller had to block on him that time. It wasn't Yeri beat at all. Just a good, solid inside rush that time. Gambled and gambled right.
Then it would be the second fumble recovery by Harvey Martin, who recovered Robert Miller's fumble earlier, and now this one by Foreman. Chuck Foreman going outside a Miller block, but it's banged up there as he got across the 35. He bobbled the ball, but evidently recovered it. D.D. Lewis thought he had it and threw it high in the air. D.D. Lewis came up with the football, and D.D. was double dangerous, but slung it out of here.
Watch D.D. Lewis play off the block. Last week he had an interception and a fumble recovery. He's been a good, steady performer for the Cowboys. You don't hear as much about him, but you see how he strung it out that time. The ball did come loose.
Harvey Martin holding on to his hip. And it is Robert Miller. And he barely got to the 10-yard line. And Harvey Martin was the man who met him, and that was the end of the story.
Dallas defense playing offense right now.
Defensive end Harvey Martin, number 79. The same fierce pass rush that had destroyed Craig Morton.
Cowboys lead Denver 13-0. Morton drops. Martin was there, and Morton just had to throw it to keep from being sacked again. A great year he has had. Club record 23 sacks by Harvey Martin.
It's supposed to be a screen pass, a roll to the right. And I'll tell you, Andy Maurer couldn't even keep Harvey Martin off. He took the inside.
Mel Renfro, one of the defenders. There's the rush, and Morton will not get away. Randy White, Harvey Martin, Larry Cole, and Ed Jones applied the pressure. Second sack of Craig Morton, but the pressure's been stronger than that.
They're handling that twisting defense pretty well, but Craig knows it's no time to get the hip pointer, and there are a lot of angry people out there. Those two lines do not like one another at all.
The information we got from Nick Buoniconti is that he is simply more mobile and can get away from the Dallas rush, which has been fierce. Rob Lytle and Lonnie Perrin. Weiss goes down. Now he throws it out to Riley Odoms, and Riley goes down. Ed Jones whacked him with Charlie Waters, but it was the rush by Harvey Martin that caused all the problems.
I think Harvey Martin thought he had a sack. Let's take a look at it. The official really waits to make the call. Watch Harvey. Looks like he's going through commuter traffic. Somehow Weiss got the ball out of there.
It's been nothing but big D for defense throughout this game. 3rd and 4. The Denver shotgun with Norris Weiss, the trigger man. Too tall Jones, and down goes the football. Dallas has it, or had it again. It is the Dallas Cowboys football. Aaron Kyle has it and leaves. Harvey Martin caused the whole thing.
Let's see where Harvey comes from. Pat said they needed some help for Maurer. The back is swinging out, though. It's strictly Maurer and Martin. Now it's Martin. Ooh.
Turnover number 8. For the Denver Broncos, there's the ball, and the Denver Dream.
Congratulations. Let's talk about that defense. The Cold Bowl MVPs are here. Randy White and also Harvey Martin. We'll get them over here. I think this is the first time now in the history of Super Bowl competition we've had co-winners. Randy, nice job.
Well, thank you. This is a tremendous feel, and I'm just glad we had the opportunity to play in this game. It was a great game. I'm glad we won. It's just a super feeling.
Harvey, you guys really gave Craig Morton some problems back here.
Well, you know, our defensive line is super, man. We worked together real good this year, and we spent the time, and Ernie Starkman has done a great job in blending all the different defensive linemen together, and I just can't shake this guy here, man. He's super football player. He's one of the best in the league, and I'm happy to play next to him.
All right, the Doomsday defense number 2, right?
Yeah, maybe we'll be Doomsday one of these days.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you. All right.
Number 79, Harvey Martin recorded the most sacks in the NFL and was named Defensive Player of the Year.
This is beautiful Harvey Martin coming to you on a pretty windy day here in a brisk, cold Dallas, Texas. And I guess you wonder why I call it the beautiful Harvey Martin show today.
We couldn't figure out why it was called Beautiful Harvey Martin, because Harvey wasn't the greatest looking guy in the world.
It was the Cowboys' 5-0 record that was truly beautiful.
Last year you heard me talk about momentum and how important it is, no matter what business you're in. Well, it worked for me and the team. I got the quarterback 23 times. We won the division, the playoffs, and the Super Bowl. Now that's momentum. You know, momentum worked for Mercantile, too. More people are banking with Mercantile than ever before. That's making good use of momentum also. So why don't you get Mercantile momentum on your side? Because if it keeps working, so will I.